Namaskar, welcome to Awakening with Brahmakumaris. Let's first welcome Sister Shivani.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister. A lot of people do not want to enter the center at all. First 7-day course, I'm sorry, we have a guru. I'm a non-vegetarian. I'm not going to quit smoking. I'm not entering here. I'm not going to wear white clothes. I'm not going to leave my guru. I'm not going to leave my religion. They hypnotize. See, there are a lot of people who ask me these things.
See, one thing is that, a lot of people have asked me this too also, that I already belong somewhere else. Or, I'm associated with another group or with another organization, or I'm practicing some other meditation technique. So how can I leave that and come here? Or that particular organization tells us not to go anywhere else. All those fears that are there.
Does your organization say that too, not to go anywhere else?
No, we say go everywhere.
Okay, thanks.
It's a study group, it's just study. It's study and use it. Go wherever you want. Meet whoever you want. Do whatever you're doing. Absolute freedom. And if you feel like, then try this study. And I've experienced, if you're doing any kind of meditation earlier, if you've been going to any other organization before, and your religion, of course, Raj Yoga only helps me to improve on that. A lot of people, I've seen organizations which are huge numbers, and the guru, like you said, will teach very simple things. Be vegetarian. Simple, no? What is such a big deal in that? Nothing. And there are these millions of people who will say, we are his followers. He's our guru. And when they're sitting in the satsang, it's like, Hanji, Hanji, Hanji. When they go back home, they're having the same food. So we're not even able to give up food. Forget giving up
the old
sanskars. And then if you say, just 2 hours back you were there in the satsang and you call yourself a follower of Guruji, then the Guruji just said, have vegetarian food, that's all. They said, yes, we understand, but you know what? Be human beings, it's a habit. So what happened? You call yourself a follower, but you're not able to follow.
Nice one.
Yeah, you're not able to follow.
Call yourself a follower and don't follow.
See, I am a follower of so-and-so means I should be able to follow everything. But then we are followers, but then we're anyways doing anything that we were doing earlier because we don't have the power. So whichever satsang you're going, you have a guru, you are belonging somewhere else, continue doing everything. But just learn a powerful technique which will give you the power to be able to follow whom you want to follow. Continue doing that. Yeah, and this is cheating with ourselves. Saying, it's like I say to you, I follow you. But then I don't even listen to a single thing that you say. So then it's just words. It's just labels.
So easy to say, as you said, after all, we are human beings. We are not saints. We are full of mistakes.
I'll tell you, there is a, I won't take the name, but there's a very, very well-known management trainer, internationally acclaimed. And he was in Mumbai doing a workshop, and the workshop was on addiction. And he spoke on deep addiction habits like relationships, sanskars, how to give up this addiction. And then after the whole 2-hour powerful program in a huge auditorium in Mumbai, he comes to his room and there's a interview with a journalist, and he's having coffee after coffee. And the journalist says, sir, do you think you are addicted to coffee? And he says, yes, but I'm a human being.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, and it's a very well-known name. So it's, it's like one is our words, one is what we believe, one is we are convinced, we agree. But when it comes to practical life,
I'm still not able to get over that. If I am a human being, am I lecturing or teaching to people who are not human beings?
No, it's that I know what's the right way of living. I want to share with everyone what's the right way of living. But at the same time I say, because I don't have the power. Just knowledge.
This is the power you get when you get connected.
Yes.
Oh.
This is the power. Otherwise, we'll say, but I'm a human being. And when we say I'm a human being, we're trying to say weakness is natural.
So now your depletion theory is very, very clear to me.
Absolutely.
About the battery is already depleted.
Yes.
It's weak. There's no strength in it. And how can the battery is not rechargeable on its own? So once you get connected, the battery is charged, then you don't have to say these,
weak signs. I'm a human being.
Yeah.
It's my nature.
Excuses, yeah. After all, I'm a Sagittarian, after I'm Aries.
Yeah.
After all, I'm a January born, April born.
Yeah.
Well, it's so hot because of that.
Yeah.
Oh, my children irritated me. All these things.
All these excuses are over. All the
So
justifications
you basically
are
now finally understand that one has to get the strength.
strong. Become very strong. And so it doesn't matter where you belong. Please continue belonging where you belong. Continue following whoever you are
So that you
following.
follow well.
But you'll be able to really follow now. Not just put a label that I belong, but actually belong.
But sister, what's happening is about a few years back, somebody called me, you must attend this function, this and that. First of all, it's at the entry, they said, pay me $3,500. And I was, 3,500 is not a big deal, but this is not good to invite somebody and do that. Then after that, once you enter, after payment, they say, from tomorrow you will not have coffee, you will not have tea, you will not have eggs, you will not have non-veg, this for 3 days. See, nothing is clear.
It's a very attractive thing at the Brahmakumaris. Something which attracted me initially is that in today's times, where everything has a cost, how can this place never ever charge for anything? Never ever means I've been here for now a large number of years, and never ever for anything, whether it's a course, whether it's a whole 3 days training program, whether it's a week-long retreat, anything, there never has been a cost. You have to pay this much. Never. Never ever. And for the foundation course or for when we go for a program as guests, never ever. Even if we want to pay, we're not to pay. But yes, once we are regular students of the Brahmakumaris, we want to run the place. It's our family now. It's our home now. So then we contribute, but no one knows what I'm contributing. No one knows. There's a little box there where I will go and put what I want to put. No one will know what I have put. So we are beyond the thing of who's paying what and who's doing what, and definitely not compulsory that you have to give this much. But it's our home, so we all contribute and we run the place, but in a very incognito way. But the most other thing which you said is you will have to give up alcohol, you will have to give up non-veg. Never have to. Preventive measures are told, don't have to. But once we start meditation, we get empowered, we start experiencing the strength. See, all these things are only an addiction. An addiction to alcohol, smoking, or any taste is an addiction. If I want to give up also, I can't give up. But once the soul gets empowered, because any kind of addiction was because I was weak. So we don't say, give up the addiction. We say, let's make ourselves stronger.
Just like a doctor telling me, go get yourself treated, come back clean to me.
Yeah, true. Which doesn't make too much sense.
See.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, so we don't give up our addictions when we come here. We only start meditation. But because when we start
Things
meditation, it'll happen on its own.
Automatically.
Because that emptiness,
that void,
that vacuum, because of which I was not experiencing that bliss, and I was using some kind of a substance to get that high feeling. Now I've started getting that high feeling, and the real bliss, and my vacuum is getting filled. My dependency is getting over, and it just goes gradually. And I don't even realize, and I don't find the need anymore now for this.
is this also a dependency?
What is a dependency?
4 o'clock in the morning meditation, and then reading the Murlis and attending the center and doing all those things regularly.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If I would look at it as a dependency, I wouldn't say dependency, but necessity, yes. It's like eating food every day. Is it a dependency to be physically healthy? It's a necessity. If I stop eating food, I can stop eating for a day, 2 days, 5 days, 10 days, 1 month. How much longer?
So you won't be healthy.
The body will start finally becoming weaker. So similarly, I'm going to the center every day, every morning for half an hour to listening to very profound wisdom shared by that Supreme Power himself, and then meditating. So it's like food and exercise both.
One very important question. Supposing I've been attending your course for the last 15 years, and I do it just like a ritual. I used to do when I was a child. I used to go to the Hanuman temple, 7 runs, agarbatti, nariyal. Don't you think there must be some people who just do this much and still they say, there's nothing, Brahmakumaris, I've not learned anything. Or maybe I see, what has this fellow learned from that place? Look at his behavior.
Yeah, possible, but actually when you're looking at him, you don't know what patterns he started with.
Okay, he must be
it's
worse.
like if you look at me today, physical strength, you're going to say, how weak? You've been here for 15 years exercising in this gym and you're so weak? But you don't know what I was when I came here 15 years back. So maybe I was like this. At least in 15 years I've reached here and I'm on my journey. I'm going to come here. So each one of us has different patterns.
My question is, can I be wrong somewhere here just by coming, sitting in the class and going and not using it in my real life
if I come,
and not learning? Can I be here and also go on a wrong way?
If I'm here, I will not be on the wrong way. But if I'm here and not here, then I can be on the wrong way. If I'm here and I'm listening, but my mind is somewhere else, then I'm not listening. If I'm sitting to meditate, but I'm not meditating, then who knows what I'm doing? I can just sit like this for an hour, 2 hours, but I was not meditating. So if I'm really here, then it's working. It's like if I come to the gym and I sit and chat with everybody and go after 1 hour, but I didn't exercise. You can't say you've been coming to the gym for 15 years. I did not even exercise a single day in those 15 years. I just came, had a good time, said Om Shanti to everyone, and I left. So if I'm here, it will work.
There are people who would see me, say if I'm here with you all after 5 years, and I still open a bottle, drink and abuse, they'll say, they will not say anything to me. Then what has he learned?
See, one is when I'm on this journey, I'm not here for other people. Frankly, it really doesn't matter. Yeah.
Is watching you and joining Brahmakumaris, sister. Don't forget that.
I understand that.
They even watch you first.
Yeah.
Suresh Oberoi saw your program, then I'm here.
Yeah.
It's similar. When I was new, I saw somebody shouting, not abusing, anger. I said, being here, in say maybe 20 years, this man or woman shouts.
Once you look at a school of 100 students studying, you will have one student who comes first in class and you will have one student who comes last in class. Okay? But when you take an admission into the school, you didn't just look at one student who probably failed or who probably got 40% and you say, what a lousy school.
That's a great answer.
You don't. Yep. Yes, because in every school, there will be everybody who's working and making effort. There will be some who are not doing it very seriously. I can take admission into IIT and fail there. But that doesn't mean that IIT is still the number one. I didn't go there and study, so I failed. We have to look at the institute, the teaching, and then see what I can do with it. It's not about what others have done with it. Same doctor, 100 patients go to that doctor, 80 will be healed, 20 might not. But I will not look at those 20 and say, oh, maybe this doctor is nothing very great. I'll first look at those 80 yes who have got healed, and I will try out the doctor for myself then. And each one is on a different journey. I may go way ahead of all those 80 also. It's the sincerity, the attention with which I study and with which I put in my effort. Each one is on their own. But most important is, let's not look at anyone else. It slows down my own speed.
That's a very, very important line.
It slows down my own speed. And secondly, let me not do things just so that people who are looking at me, I'm not doing it for them. Again, otherwise, I will be in that pretentious and putting up another set of spiritual labels. Now I've finished off the other labels, and I'm trying to put on a label because what will people think about me? It's core inner work. Everyone's on their journey, everyone's moving ahead, speed would be different. Let me just focus on my journey, my speed, attention, and travel. Not bothered about what do people think about me, but definitely concerned about what do I think about myself. Am I contented with the speed at which I'm moving? And how fast do I want to go? No one knows what I really was inside. Today people can look at me and say, oh, she's still getting angry? But they don't know what I was 20 years back. I know what I was 20 years back. I know where I've reached today, and I know where I'm moving. So only I know myself, no one else does.
That's wonderful, sister. Things are very clear now that one thing is very good, that it is there's so many centers. You don't have to go very far away. We don't need to come to Mount Abu every time.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that it's like a patient going to a doctor. He can cure slowly.
And the doctor
steadily.
here is 100% guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
You know, like you said about guru,
Yeah.
the Brahmakumaris doesn't have a guru.
God is the guru here?
Yes. It's studying directly from him, and each one of us is a student. Even our Dadiji, the elder sister, we very sweetly call them Dadiji. It's family. So our senior most administrative head, we call them administrative heads of the organization, not spiritual heads of the organization. So administrative head, take care of the administration. Spiritual head, only he. So even our Dadiji, who's today 96 years old, who's been here for over 75 years, she studies every morning like this with a notebook and a pen.
She studies now?
Yes, every day. She meditates every day.
95 years?
Yes, everyone does. It's a student life.
So
And
fine.
one teacher and all students.
So if we, all of us are students, and if I look at from that point of view, I'll never expect that why is he not learned this yet? Because everybody's learning different things at different times.
Everybody is.
And every day they're learning.
Everyone is.
So it's a nice word.
Yes.
Everyone is a student.
Everyone is. That's why Brahmakumaris is a purely learning organization.
So I cannot pinpoint why is this person getting angry in spite of being here for 20 years, why is this person doing this?
Yeah.
They're old sanskars and deep-rooted ones. They'll go slowly.
And what happens is, let's say I've got 10 deep-rooted sanskars.
9 of them are...
9 of them I may have worked on, but one is still a challenge. But I'm working. But because our perception is quite negative, you know, we normally tend to look at the
black spot.
the weaknesses,
Yeah.
and it gives us a subtle happiness. You know, I will like, because I've got so much negativity, and then when I look at someone and I'll say, they've been here for 20 years, even they've not been able to do it. So it's okay if I'm not able to do it. So it gives me the liberty to let me be slow down with my weaknesses. So let's look at what people have been able to do. That
What
gives
should
me
one
motivation.
do if suddenly you come back to your old sanskars? Once in a while you're angry, once in a while
It's okay. It's absolutely fine. Nothing is going to happen like magic. If you try to do it like magic, it will get suppressed inside. It's daily study, daily meditation. It's like saying, I eat a good diet every day, I exercise every day, but what do I do? Once in a while I still fall ill. That's okay. But look at the frequency of that once in a while falling ill.
Sister, one thing I just wanted to clear. You said about students. We are all students. Isn't it just like saying, after all, I'm a human being. After all, I'm a student. Sometimes I'll get angry. Sometimes I'll have my old sanskars. It's again the same thing.
If I say, I will say that after all, I'm a human being. After all, I'm a student. If I'm giving myself the liberty and I'm justifying my anger. Like, let's say, today I get angry. One, my magnitude has changed. Earlier, my magnitude of anger could be loud voice, reactive behavior, and probably stop talking to anyone who's around me. And today, my anger would be hurt inside. So, magnitude has changed. And even if it's outside or inside, after I get angry, I'm not sitting and saying it was because of them. And it was natural to be angry. After all, I'm still on the journey.
Or do not carry it for 3 days.
No, that's definitely over. But even if it's for 3 minutes, I'm not going to give myself the justification that it was
Instead
okay.
of justification, I'll go to that person and say sorry or patch up and
Yes.
you know,
And I'll definitely
close
bring it back to myself saying, okay, I failed today. But this is how I should have responded. This is how I can go and work on it. And this is how I'm going to take care from tomorrow. Not say, oh, I'm a student, so it's okay once in a while to get angry. Or definitely not say, the situation was such that this time anger had to be used. That will be giving myself liberty.
a lot of people have told me that Brahmakumaris, no offense, breaks families.
I don't know. I think we need to ask ourselves, because now I can only say from personal experience.
I know that 10 lakh people,
Yeah.
more than 10 lakhs, I mean, so many millions of people, they are already one family and a joint, a very strong, good family.
Yeah.
There's no question of breaking. But within husband and wife, within family, the same old question of detachment, and detachment means I don't care.
Again, we have been seeing in the last few weeks that detachment means now I truly care. Attachment means I was concerned only about myself, my hurt, my pain, and I held somebody else responsible. And detachment means I'm not hurt and I truly care. So once I start working on myself in the right way, empowering myself, I will be able to have better relationships, because I will be able to accept people as they are. Not have to accept, I will be able to accept, because my state of mind has now gradually come into my own hands. It's not dependent on anyone. I will react much lesser. I will have less expectations, less dependencies. I will only come closer to people. There's just no way it can break families.
Husband and wife?
Yeah, what about a husband and wife?
People say they become brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters? Well, yes, people say they become brothers and sisters because most of us observe celibacy. Yes. And again, like vegetarianism and alcohol and smoking is a preventive measure to refrain from those, celibacy is a lot of strength. When I'm talking about I am a pure soul and I want to reach that level of purity, at that inner core level, I have to begin from outside. And so celibacy is first removes my dependency on any external person or on my body for experiencing bliss. Because every time I become dependent on an external stimulus, I am reducing my own inner strength. The more I give up all these dependencies gradually, I'm bringing the locus of control to where it really should be. So yes, celibacy is what most of us practice.
And what is the difference between being dependent on alcohol,
Yeah.
dependent on a human being, and dependent on God?
We're not dependent on God. And anyways, if we're dependent on God, there's no fear, because He'll always be there. And even if I'm dependent on Him, He's an empowering energy. Whereas dependent on anyone else who goes through
Ups and downs.
is disempowering.
Yeah, alcohol is depressant. Yes,
Yes.
it does.
Yes. Now, if I say I'm dependent on you, and if you go like this, I'll go like this. If I'm connected to Him, it's not a dependency; it's an empowerment, because there's this constant flow of pure energy. It's only empowering.
You do this every time, sister, every day?
Every day, all of us.
3
It's
o'clock
not
in the morning, 2 o'clock in
The
the morning?
meditation.
Yeah.
The meditation is definitely early morning at 4 o'clock. It's a good time. There's no negative energy in the environment. It's like the highway is absolutely clean. There's no traffic on the road.
Yeah.
So the mental traffic that's there in the environment is not there, because most of the people are dormant. And so at that time, it's easier to create a different kind of thinking. You know, you don't have too much to go against the tide. So yes, 4 o'clock. But it's not just about 4 o'clock. Raj Yoga is a relationship with Him. So a relationship is not time bound. Yes, my practice is time bound. I will do it in the early morning because then the whole day is a whole lot of activity. So yes, for my reformatting, the time is early in the morning, but then working with him is throughout the day.
Yeah, it's just like going and gymming and the whole day you feel fit, or
Absolutely.
or doing a cycling more than 20 minutes, or
Absolutely.
any walking, brisk walking, more than 20 minutes keeps your blood pressure normal for 3-4 hours, or probably like that.
Absolutely. So I think it's high time, most of us who are still contemplating that whether we should take the next step, let's just experiment. Don't always have to be there once you've gone there, but just try this experiment, try this new technique, learn it, bring it back home with you, try it out for a couple of months. If it works, continue. Doesn't work, give it up. There won't be any damage for sure. But if we don't try, we might probably lose out on a big opportunity.
There's nothing like trying. We can tell our viewers to try only one day first. Is it?
Yeah.
That's 2 days.
Yeah, it's an
It's 2
experiment.
hours.
Experiment. Spirituality is a constant experimentation. But we need to learn the way of doing that experiment. And the centers not only teach us the way, but give us the environment. That's very important. It's very important in today's time to get a very highly charged environment, to get people who are working on the same journey. You know, let's say I'm in the office the whole day and I'm in this environment where everyone thinks anger is natural. So they think like that and they say like that to me. So it becomes very easy for me to fall back to my old belief pattern. But then I come for half an hour to the center. Very powerful environment and this huge family where everyone is working on this belief system. Peace is natural. Peace is the way to be. And then I get that empowerment and I see everyone doing it. And I see the transformation in so many people. This itself helps me on my journey.
Yeah, it's a strength.
Absolute.
You know, like children play together, like you go to play school, like you go to a gym. There's kind of a discipline. There's a kind of a give and take, and you know, when you see others also, we can encourage each other.
Absolutely.
We can ask questions there.
Because a lot of people have been saying now, oh, but we watch the program on TV and that's enough for us because we've been watching for a couple of years and we watch every day for half an hour and we're understanding what we have to do. We're understanding what we have to do. But are we able to do what we have to do?
No.
Most important, are we able to be who we have to be? So let's take that next step. So that once we take that step and empower ourselves, then whatever we are understanding, we'll be able to be that.
A lot of people are lazy. They can sit and have tea and watch your program and in the morning and they think it's over and make a few points. Who's going to go to the center and come back and all that?
It's a choice. It's a choice.
Yeah, but it makes a lot of difference. It's just like, you know, sitting at home, studying for an examination. This is what I feel. And okay, I want to go to school. I don't want to meet the friends.
How many of us are ready to not send their children to school?
No one.
Yeah, we all
Very
send our
few,
children
maybe.
to school. We all send our children to school. So we realize the importance of going to school. How many children want to go to school? No, we didn't want to initially. Initially, every child cries when they go the first day to school because we're so much in that comfort zone of my home, my family. I don't want to go there. So we all cried on the first day of school, and yet our parents pushed us into that school. And today we enjoy going to school. So similarly, my mind might cry while going to school initially and make all kinds of excuses. Simple from I'm too busy and whatever. But let me gently push that child inside to go to school for a few days. And then after that, it won't sit at home. It will want to go to school.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.